Hello, everybody. Thank you for all of you for coming. We're going to be discussing whether this company should reside here in Florida or should we move abroad into another state. I know some people are thinking about moving to Delaware, but we're going to get a little bit more into that in just a moment. So let's take a step back. The IRS alone has generated over $4 trillion in revenue just for itself. That's a lot of money, and I know we are definitely going to be a part of that, just as everybody else in this room is. So who am I? My name is Jeffrey Timier. I'm sure you all know. And I've been a member of this company for a little while now. It has grown into proportions that I could never have dreamed of, and that makes me ecstatic. But where my concern is I've also been tasked with doing the research of whether we should move abroad or should we just stay here within the state of Florida in order to grow our business. So there's three reasons that we could possibly stay here, and these are serious reasons to really think about. We have tax benefits. The climate is amazing. I'm not just saying that because I like it here. And there's a lot of future opportunities. There's future business here. There's a lot of people moving here, and we're going to get a little bit more into that. So taxes. Can anybody in this room tell me if they actually like paying taxes? That's what I figured. So just like me, I don't personally like to give up my money, but as we all know, we have to. Now, we can choose whether we have to pay it once or twice. And in this sense, in the state of Florida, we do not have to pay a state income tax. And an LLC is a pass-through taxation where we're actually taxed on the individual level rather than taxing the LLC itself. So our company can actually take whatever money we save from that and put it back into itself, whether it's through employee programs, giving them health care or other things like that, and just growing the business through advertising, marketing, and such. So rather than having to levy your taxes twice in a state like Delaware, where there's state and federal, we don't have to deal with that. So the climate. The climate here is generally pretty good. We live where people vacation. That's pretty much it. The weather does not get really below freezing. And if it gets cold, it's not so cold where it's going to start snowing most of the time. I mean, the lowest in Fort Lauderdale it's ever gone as of more recent years was, I think, 28 degrees in 1977. We're well past that. So we don't need to worry about things like snow, sleet, hail, or things like that on the norm. We can operate under most times of the year. Let's look at the average winter temperatures of, the average winter months throughout the year. We're talking about highs in around the 70s and the lows around in the 50s. And the average days of rain, even in the winter, aren't that much, maybe 4 to 6. So we're dealing with 4 months out of the year in other states that we're not going to be working. We're going to be inoperable because there's either too much snow, there's too much ice, we can't get out. And these people, it's a liability just alone to drive through on the highway or just down the street when there's black ice on the road, there's sleet, there's hail, and it's just another thing that we have to worry about. And in that sense, a lot of times it's a seasonal thing. There's 4 months we're inoperable, we can't work. Now a vacation is a vacation, but when it starts costing us money and it's costing us way more than what it's worth, should we even consider moving to a place where we have to close 4 months out of the year? Future business in Florida is looking good. We have a lot of people moving here. Alone, according to some statistics, the average single family homes across Florida was over 200,000. And this is just in sales. So there was over 200,000 homes sold. These are new homeowners. These are people that either have just sold their home and bought a new one, or they're actually a whole new homeowner altogether, and they don't know really what it entails to own a house. You got to keep it maintained. You got to mow the grass. You got to keep the property value up. You don't want it looking shabby because it is your place of residence. You don't want it to look bad. It's for you. You want it to look great. So in that instance, it could be dangerous to also DIY some of these projects that we do, because there's some homeowners that aren't going to want to get on the roof. It's dangerous. That's why a business like us even exists to begin with. Now, I understand there's some concerns that the market is oversaturated for us. It is an all year round business where we're surface cleaning, pressure cleaning different properties, soft washing roofs, and making sure things are staying nice and clean. But we need to take in consideration, there are over 8 million households in Florida, and this doesn't even include all the business aspects where we can be cleaning for restaurants, parking garages, and other businesses, even HOAs. A homeowners association could hire us to clean the entire neighborhood rather than just us going to residents' homes. That's something to consider as well. And since there's over 8 million households in Florida, yes, some of them are not going to be detached homes where they have a driveway and they have their own home and they have their own sides and everything like that. But these are also businesses or buildings that are run by property managers, and they don't want an entire building like an apartment complex looking not good. They don't want mold. They want it looking decent. They want to keep their rentals going, and they want the place to look maintained and well kept. Another concern is costs. So some people may think that it's cheaper to hire another employee and you can pay them less, but they're not as trained. But we can just cut costs by paying them less. Well, on average, typically it costs about $1,000 just to train a new employee from the jump. And that's not even going to consider if we move to another state, the double tax that we're paying for the company, and now we have to pay them instead of just saving money and just residing here in Florida. So these are the concerns that I would like to clarify, and I hope I clarified them well enough for you. I would like to thank everybody for attending this meeting. Here are my references. If you'd like to talk to me afterwards, I'd very much be obliged to do so. Thank you very much.